Have you ever asked yourself this question? How can I increase my value? Not just in money, not just in skills, but in life, in your work, in your relationships, in the way people look at you. Every person wants to be valuable. Every person wants to be respected, trusted, appreciated. But the truth is, value is not something we are born with. Value is something we build every single day. Repeat after me. Value is something I build. Good. You see, we live in a world where everyone is trying to get more money, more attention, more success. But only a few people stop and ask, what can I give? How can I become someone who adds value to others? That is the real question. Because the more value you bring, the more value you receive. Let me tell you a short story. There was once a young man named Ali. He worked at a small electronics shop. He was not rich, not famous, and not highly educated. But he had one special habit. Every day he tried to make things better, but not just for himself, but for everyone around him. When customers came to buy something, he didn't only sell it. He explained how to use it, how to take care of it, and even how to save money while using it. When his boss was busy, Ali helped manage the store without being asked. Soon, people started coming to the shop just because of Ali. They trusted him. They liked him. They saw value in him. And one day, the boss said, Ali, I'm opening a new branch. I want you to manage it. Ali didn't ask for a promotion. He didn't demand a raise. He simply increased his value. Repeat after me. When I increase my value, opportunities come to me. That's true for all of us. Whether you are a student, a worker, a parent, or an entrepreneur, your value decides your future. But what does value really mean? Let's practice this word. Value means the worth, importance, or usefulness of something or someone. Now ask yourself, how valuable am I? Not as a human being, because every human being is valuable. But how valuable am I in the market, in my workplace, in my team, in my community? What do I offer that others can't easily replace? If you can answer that honestly, you are already on your way to success. Because increasing your value starts with self-awareness. You need to know where you are before you can grow. So, let's start simple. Here's the first way to increase your value. Be a learner, not just a worker. Many people stop learning after school. They think education ends when they get a job. But that's a mistake. The world is changing every day. New technology, new ideas, new skills. If you keep learning, you keep growing. Repeat after me. When I learn, I grow. Exactly. Let's imagine two people. One says, I already know enough. The other says, I can always learn something new. Who do you think becomes more valuable over time? Of course, the second one. Because knowledge never loses value. Learning doesn't only mean reading books. It means learning from people, experiences, mistakes, even from failure. When you fail, you learn what doesn't work. And that lesson increases your value. Let me give you another real-life example. Do you know the story of Thomas Edison? The man who invented the electric light bulb? He failed thousands of times before he succeeded. But he once said, I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. That's the mindset of someone who keeps increasing his value through learning and persistence. Now let's practice pronunciation. Repeat. Persistence. It means not giving up, continuing to try again and again. Say it again. Persistence. Good. Now repeat this sentence. I will keep learning and never give up. Perfect. The second way to increase your value is to improve your attitude. People may forget what you say or do, but they will never forget how you made them feel. A positive, respectful, and kind attitude can open more doors than a university degree. You may have seen people who are talented but arrogant. They push others away. On the other hand, you'll notice that humble people often rise higher because they work well with everyone. A positive attitude doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means staying hopeful and solution-oriented even when things go wrong. When you face a problem, don't say, "I can't do it." Say, "How can I do it better?" Repeat after me. I look for solutions, not excuses. Great. That's a powerful mindset. Here's something to remember. People pay for value, not for time. That means if two people spend the same number of hours working, but one produces better results, that person is more valuable. The question is, how can you produce better results? By being smarter, kinder, more disciplined, and more reliable. Let's say you're learning English. You could study for 1 hour just repeating words without focus. Or you could spend the same hour listening, speaking, practicing pronunciation, and thinking deeply. Which hour has more value? The second one, right? That's how life works too. It's not about how long you work. It's about how well you work, how much you improve, and how much you help others improve. Repeat, I focus on quality, not only quantity. Exactly. Now let's talk about something most people forget. Character. Your character is your true value. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. If you're honest, dependable, and kind, your value grows naturally. Let's think of another example. Imagine two people apply for the same job. Both have good degrees, both have experience. But one of them is always late, always complaining, and always blaming others. The other is respectful, punctual, and takes responsibility. Who will be chosen? You already know, because in the long run, character always wins. People want to work with those they trust. And trust is built through consistency, doing what you say you will do. Repeat after me. Trust is built through consistency. That's right. You don't become valuable overnight. You build it day by day through your habits, your words, and your behavior. Let's pause and reflect. Think of one area in your life where you can increase your value. Maybe it's your English speaking. Maybe it's your job skills. Maybe it's your confidence. Whatever it is, write it down or say it aloud. Because awareness is the first step to change. Say this sentence with me. I know where I am, and I know where I want to grow. Beautiful. Before we end this section, remember this: increasing your value is not about competition. It's not about being better than others. It's about being better than who you were yesterday. Repeat, I compete only with myself. Exactly. That's how growth happens. When you start improving yourself, people notice. When you speak kindly, when you work honestly, when you learn passionately, your light shines naturally. You don't need to tell people you are valuable. They can see it. So from today, start your journey of self-improvement. Learn a new skill. Practice English daily. Help someone without expecting anything. Smile more. Listen more. Read more. Every small effort adds up, and one day you'll look back and realize you didn't just increase your value, you transformed your life. Repeat after me. I am becoming more valuable every day. Wonderful. Keep that sentence in your heart, because the more you repeat it, the more you'll believe it. And the more you believe it, the more it will become true. Do you know what makes some people stand out in any crowd? It's not always beauty, education, or even luck. It's their ability to add value wherever they go. They don't just exist, they contribute. They bring something meaningful into every place, every conversation, every opportunity. Repeat after me. I don't just exist, I contribute. Very good. In the last section, we talked about learning, attitude, and character. In this one, we'll go deeper. We'll explore how to develop rare skills, build strong relationships, and grow your mindset, because these are the keys to real, lasting value. Let's start with skills. Imagine this. Two people apply for the same job. Both have degrees, but one knows how to solve problems creatively, communicate clearly, and adapt quickly. Who do you think will get hired? Of course, the second one. Why? Because skills speak louder than certificates. Repeat, skills speak louder than certificates. Exactly. In today's world, your value depends not only on what you know, but also on what you can do with what you know. You can increase your value by learning practical, in-demand skills. For example, communication, public speaking, time management, emotional intelligence, and problem solving. These skills are valuable in every profession. If you're learning English, that's already a big step. English is not just a language. It's a global tool for opportunity. The better you speak it, the more confidently you can connect with people, share ideas, and grow. Let's practice together. Repeat. Learning English increases my value. Perfect. Here's something to remember. Never stop upgrading yourself. The phone you use today is not the same as the one from 5 years ago, right? The apps are updated, the system is faster, the features are smarter. In the same way, you must update yourself. If you keep using the same version of yourself for years, you'll fall behind. Say this. I am upgrading myself every day. Yes. You see, self-improvement is not a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Read one page of a good book every morning. Watch a video that teaches you something new. Learn one new English word every day and use it in a sentence. Those small actions create massive growth over time. Here's a powerful truth. Your daily habits decide your future value. Think about that. If you spend your days scrolling, complaining, or doing nothing, your value goes down. But if you spend your days learning, practicing, and growing, your value multiplies. Repeat. My habits decide my future. That's right. So, what habits are you building today? Let's talk about another powerful way to increase your value. Building strong relationships. No matter how talented you are, you can't succeed alone. People need people. The world is built on trust, cooperation, and connection. There's a famous quote, "Your network is your net worth." That means the people you know and the relationships you build can open doors that your qualifications cannot. But remember, real relationships are built on authenticity. Being real, being kind, and caring about others sincerely. Repeat after me. I build relationships with honesty and kindness. Good. Let me tell you a true story. There was a young woman named Maria. She worked as a junior designer in a company. She wasn't the best at her job, but she was helpful. She smiled, she encouraged others, and she always said thank you. When someone had a problem, she tried to help. Over time, everyone in the office liked her. One day, the manager left suddenly, and the company needed someone reliable. They chose Maria, not because she was perfect, but because she had built strong, positive relationships. That's the power of kindness and connection. Repeat this. Kindness increases my value. Exactly. You don't need to be loud or famous to be valuable. You just need to be real, respectful, and reliable. Now let's talk about your mindset. Your mindset is how you think about yourself, your life, and your possibilities. People with a fixed mindset believe they can't change. They say things like, "I'm just not good at English," or "I can't do this." But people with a growth mindset say, "I can get better if I try," or "I'm still learning." Repeat, "I have a growth mindset." Excellent. Your value increases every time you replace negative thoughts with positive ones. For example, when you say, "I can't speak English fluently," your brain gives up. But when you say, "I'm improving my English every day," your brain starts looking for ways to make it true. Let's practice. Repeat, "I'm improving every day." Good. Here's something powerful. People will only value you as much as you value yourself. If you doubt yourself, others will too. But when you believe in your worth, others will start to see it. Self-confidence is not arrogance, it's quiet strength. Repeat after me, "I believe in my worth." Yes. Remember, confidence is built through action, not words. Every time you keep a promise, finish a task, or learn something new, your confidence grows. Let me give you another real-life story. There was a young boy named Kenji. He dreamed of becoming a chef, but his family was poor and people laughed at his dream. Still, he practiced every day using simple ingredients. He watched free cooking videos online, studied recipes, and worked hard. Years later, he opened his own small restaurant. At first, few people came, but those who did loved his food and shared photos online. Slowly, the restaurant became famous. Kenji didn't wait for someone to increase his value, he increased it himself. Repeat after me. "I don't wait for others to see my value, I build it." That's the mindset of growth. Now let's talk about something deeper: discipline. Talent can open the first door, but discipline keeps it open. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. If you study English only when you feel motivated, your progress will be slow. But if you study a little every day, even when it's hard, your results will be amazing. Say this with me: discipline builds my value. Great job when you keep your word, wake up on time, practice regularly, and stay consistent. You become someone others can depend on. And dependability is rare. That's why it's valuable. So what's the message here? Increasing your value is about learning, improving, connecting, believing, and staying disciplined. It's not magic. It's a process. Let's review together. Be a lifelong learner. Build positive relationships. Believe in yourself. Stay disciplined. Repeat these 4 steps aloud. Beautiful. Now imagine yourself 1 year from now. You've kept learning English every day. You've practiced speaking. You've helped others. You've stayed positive and disciplined. How would your life look? How would you feel? You'd be more confident, more respected, and more valuable. You'd speak with power, walk with confidence, and inspire others to do the same. Repeat, "I am creating a better version of myself." Yes, you are. Every day is a new chance to grow. Even if you make mistakes, don't stop. Every mistake teaches you something. Every failure prepares you for success. The only real failure is giving up. Say it with me. I will never give up on my growth. Excellent! That's the spirit. You see, increasing your value is not about being perfect. It's about being committed. The world rewards those who are consistent, who try again and again, who improve quietly but steadily. So keep going. You are not behind. You are learning, growing, and becoming more valuable with every step. Let's begin this part with a simple truth. You can't increase your value if you stay the same. Growth requires change. Change requires courage. And courage begins when you decide to step out of your comfort zone. Repeat after me. Growth begins outside my comfort zone. Good. That sentence is powerful because it reminds you that comfort never creates value. Think about it. If you only do what feels easy, you'll stay where you are. But if you challenge yourself even a little every day, you'll grow faster than you ever imagined. There's a famous saying, "Don't wish life were easier, wish you were better." And that's exactly what increasing your value is all about. Instead of waiting for things to change around you, you focus on becoming stronger, smarter, and wiser from the inside out. Let me share a story with you. There was a young man named Imran. He worked in an office and did the same routine every day. He was polite, but quiet. One day, his manager said, "Imran, I want you to lead tomorrow's meeting." Imran froze. He had never spoken in front of a group before. He wanted to say no, but then he remembered something his mentor once told him. If you avoid challenges, you avoid growth. So that night, Imran practiced. He stood in front of the mirror, rehearsed his sentences, and even recorded himself speaking in English. He was nervous, but he did it anyway. The next day, his voice was shaky at first, but as he continued, his confidence grew. When the meeting ended, people clapped. His manager smiled and said, "Well done, Imran." From that day, everything changed. He was given more responsibilities, more trust, and more opportunities. Why? Because he increased his value by stepping outside his comfort zone. Repeat after me, I grow when I face my fears. Excellent. Now let's practice some English vocabulary. Comfort zone means the place or situation where you feel safe and comfortable, but where you don't grow much. Challenge means something difficult that tests your ability. Courage means the strength to do something even when you are afraid. Say these words again. Comfort zone, challenge, courage. Good job. So if you want to increase your value, practice courage daily. It doesn't have to be something huge. Speak up in class. Try a new project at work. Talk to someone new. Read a book that feels difficult. Every time you push your limits, you become stronger. Repeat. Every small challenge makes me stronger. Exactly. Now, here's another secret. To increase your value, you must learn to serve. Yes, serve. That means helping others, sharing your knowledge, and making people's lives better. When you focus on helping others succeed, your own value naturally increases. Think about it. The most valuable people in the world, teachers, doctors, inventors, leaders, all focus on giving, not just receiving. They solve problems for others. And when you solve problems, people respect you, trust you, and need you. Repeat after me. The more I serve, the more I grow. Beautiful. Let's take an example. Imagine a person who always says, "That's not my job." Whenever there's a problem, he ignores it. Now imagine another person who says, "Let me help." Who do you think becomes more valuable over time? Yes, the second one, because helpful people are rare, and rare things are valuable. Helping doesn't mean you have to do everything for everyone. It means doing a little more than expected with a positive attitude. Say this: I always try to do a little more than expected. That simple habit will make you stand out anywhere. Here's another powerful truth. Your communication increases your value. How you speak, how you listen, and how you make others feel, all of this matters. Even in your English learning journey, communication is not just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about connection. Repeat after me. Communication creates connection. Yes! If you can express your ideas clearly and kindly, people will remember you. That's why learning English is not just about speaking correctly, it's about speaking confidently, meaningfully, and respectfully. Try this exercise. When you speak English, slow down a little. Focus on clear pronunciation. Smile. Make eye contact. Use simple but sincere words. You'll be surprised how much your confidence grows. Repeat this sentence. I speak English with confidence and respect. Excellent. Let's take a quick pause to think. What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known as someone lazy or someone valuable? Someone who complains or someone who creates? Remember, every action you take today builds your reputation tomorrow. Say this with me. My actions build my reputation. That's right. Now let's talk about something that many people ignore. Energy. Your energy affects your value more than you realize. Have you noticed how some people light up a room when they enter? They bring positive energy, smiles, and hope. Others, sadly, bring negativity and complaints. Which one do you want to be? Repeat after me. I choose to bring positive energy. Perfect. Positive energy doesn't mean fake happiness. It means choosing to focus on solutions, to be grateful, and to stay calm under pressure. Let's practice pronunciation. Grateful. It means thankful, appreciating what you have. Say it, grateful. Now say, I am grateful for what I have. Beautiful. When you live with gratitude, your value increases automatically. People love to be around thankful, humble, and optimistic individuals. Gratitude turns ordinary people into extraordinary ones. Now let's move to another important concept: consistency. Being consistent means showing up every day, doing your best, even when you don't see results yet. Most people give up too early. But remember, great things take time. Repeat. Consistency increases my value. Good. Think of it like this. A single workout won't make you strong, but exercising a little every day will. In the same way, speaking English once in a while won't make you fluent, but practicing every day will. Every effort you make counts. Even when no one notices, you are improving. Even when progress feels slow, you are growing. Say this: I am growing even when I can't see it. Excellent. Let me share one more story. There was a street artist in Brazil. Every day he painted beautiful pictures on the same corner. For years, very few people noticed him, but he never stopped. One day, a tourist took a photo of his work and shared it online. Within weeks, millions saw it. Soon, the artist was invited to paint for big companies and exhibitions. He didn't become valuable overnight. His value was already growing quietly every day through consistency. Repeat. My consistency will be rewarded. Yes, it will. So here's the truth. Your value is not measured by what you have, but by what you give, how you grow, and how you keep going when things are tough. Say it with me. My value comes from my growth, my effort, and my heart. Wonderful. As we move toward the final part of this journey, remember this lesson. Keep learning. Keep serving. Keep shining. Even when life feels slow, don't stop. You are becoming someone stronger, wiser, and more valuable than you were yesterday. Repeat after me. I am on my way to greatness. Yes, you are, and remember, every time you speak English, every time you try again, every time you choose positivity, you're not just learning a language, you're building a better version of yourself. So keep repeating, keep believing, and keep moving forward. You've come a long way. You've learned that value is not something you are born with. It's something you build. You've practiced new words, repeated powerful sentences, and discovered how learning, discipline, attitude, and service can transform your life. Now, it's time to bring it all together. Let's begin with a simple question. What kind of person do you want to become? Not just what job you want, not just how much money you want to make, but who do you truly want to be? Repeat after me. I want to become a person of value. Yes, that's the goal. To become someone who adds meaning and light to the world. Now let's talk about something essential. Purpose. Purpose is the reason behind what you do. It's what gives your life direction. Without purpose, even success can feel empty. But when you know why you're doing something, every small effort feels meaningful. Say it. My purpose gives me direction. Beautiful. When you connect your value to a purpose, something bigger than yourself, you become unstoppable. Think of great leaders, teachers, or inventors. They didn't work only for fame or money. They worked for a cause, a dream, an idea, and because of that, their value lasted long after they were gone. Let's practice a few words. Purpose, the reason for doing something. Meaning, the importance or significance of something. Contribution, what you give or add to others. Now repeat. Purpose, meaning, contribution. Excellent. To increase your value, ask yourself every day, how can I contribute? Maybe you can teach someone a new English word. Maybe you can help a classmate, listen to a friend, or share something positive online. Every small act of kindness adds invisible value to your life. Repeat. Every act of kindness increases my value. Good job. Here's another truth. Your value grows when you stay true to your values. It might sound similar, but it's not the same. Value is your worth. Values are the principles you live by. Honesty, kindness, respect, patience, and love. When your actions match your values, people trust you. And trust is the highest form of value. Repeat after me. I live by my values. Exactly. Sometimes you'll face moments where it's easier to lie, cheat, or take shortcuts. But in those moments, remember this. Temporary success without integrity is not real success. It's like building a house on sand. It will fall eventually. Real value stands on the foundation of honesty and hard work. Say this, honesty makes me valuable. Very good. Let's talk about resilience, another key to value. Resilience means your ability to recover after difficulties. Life will not always go the way you plan. You may lose a job, fail a test, or get rejected. But how you react in those moments defines your true worth. Repeat. I am resilient. I rise after every fall. Yes, that's the spirit. Remember, diamonds are made under pressure. Gold is purified by fire. The same is true for you. Every challenge you face is shaping you into someone stronger and wiser. So instead of asking, why me? Start saying, what can I learn from this? Say it. Every challenge teaches me something. Perfect. Now let's bring this lesson to your English learning journey too. Sometimes you'll feel tired or unmotivated. You might think, my English is not improving fast enough. But if you keep practicing, reading, listening, speaking, your value will increase naturally. Every new word you learn is a tool. Every sentence you speak with confidence adds to your power. Repeat after me. My English is improving, and so is my value. Excellent. Let's talk about one last key to increasing your value: gratitude and humility. Gratitude means being thankful for what you have while still working for what you want. Humility means staying kind and grounded, even when you succeed. Many people lose their value when they become proud or arrogant. They forget where they came from. But truly valuable people stay humble, no matter how high they rise. Repeat. Gratitude and humility make me strong. Beautiful. Here's a little reflection moment. Think of 3 things you're grateful for right now. It could be your family, your health, your ability to learn, or even this moment, you sitting here improving your English and your mindset. Smile and say quietly, thank you. You see, when you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, you feel richer inside. And that inner richness is what makes your value shine. Let me tell you one final story. There was an old carpenter named Hassan. He had worked hard all his life building houses for others. When he became old, he told his boss he wanted to retire. The boss said, "Please, just build one more house for me." Hassan agreed, but his heart wasn't in it. He used cheap materials and worked carelessly, just wanting to finish quickly. When the house was done, the boss handed him the keys and said, "This is your house, Hassan. It's my gift to you." Hassan was shocked. He realized that he had built his own house poorly because he didn't give his best. If he had known he was building for himself, he would have done everything perfectly. Now think about it. Aren't we all like Hassan sometimes? We forget that everything we do in life, we're building for ourselves. Every effort, every action, every choice is a brick in the house of our future. Repeat after me. I am building my own future brick by brick. Exactly. So whatever you do it with heart. Do it with honesty. Do it with passion, because you're not just doing it for others, you're doing it for yourself. Let's summarize the main lessons of this journey. Repeat after me. Slowly and confidently, I increase my value by learning every day. I increase my value by serving others. I increase my value by staying positive and disciplined. I increase my value by being honest and humble. I increase my value by believing in myself. Excellent. Now take a deep breath. Feel proud of how far you've come. You've not only learned English phrases and vocabulary, you've learned life lessons that can change your future. Every word you speak with confidence, every kind act you do, every effort you make, it all counts. The world needs people like you, people who grow, who care, who create value wherever they go. So the next time someone asks you, "What do you do?" smile and say, I'm working on myself. I'm increasing my value every day. Say it once more. I'm increasing my value every day. Beautiful. Before we finish, let's do one final repetition to strengthen your confidence. Repeat these affirmations loudly and clearly. I am valuable. I am capable. I am growing. I am learning. I am grateful. I am becoming the best version of myself. Amazing. Now, remember this forever. Your value does not come from where you are right now. It comes from where you're heading, how you treat others, and how you use your gifts to make the world a little better. Keep learning English, not just to speak, but to express your ideas, your dreams, and your kindness. Keep improving, not to impress others, but to inspire yourself. You are a work in progress, and that's beautiful. Repeat the final line with me.